Notice 1 Samuel chapter 25 and verse 25. 1 Samuel 25 and verse 25. This is speaking about Naboth, which the name, or Nabal rather, the name Nabal means fool. And so it says, please, let not my Lord regard this scoundrel Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. In other words, he's rightly named fool. In other words, his name indicates his what? His character. The name represents the character. And by the way, where is the character of God revealed? Where is the character of God described in written form? The character of God is described in written form in the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments show what God is like. And by the way, this is the reason why in the Bible, time after time after time, sin is against God. Breaking the commandments is actually sinning against a person, against God. The prodigal son says, I have sinned against heaven and against you, and I'm not worthy to be called your son. And you remember that David said, against you, only you have I what? Have I sinned. So when we break the Ten Commandments, we're sinning against the law, because the law is a reflection of what? Is a reflection of the Ten Commandments. Notice Exodus 33, verses 18 and 19. Exodus 33, verses 18 and 19. Here Moses is on the mountain, and he asks God, please, show me your glory. Then he said, what was the glory that God showed him? I will make all my goodness pass before you, and I will proclaim what? The name of the Lord before you. God's goodness is his name. It's his character. I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. You see, folks, when the Bible says that this end-time generation is going to have the name of God on their foreheads, that means that they're going to have God's character, and God's character is reflected in his what? Is reflected in his law. They're going to have the law of God not on tables of stone, but they're going to have the law written on the tables of their hearts. They're going to have the law written in their minds. Now listen up. It doesn't do any good to post the Ten Commandments in courtrooms if they're not engraved in the heart. Because righteousness comes from inside out. It does not come from outside in. It does no good to legislate morality, because you don't change someone from outside. In order to make a lump of dough grow, you have to put the leaven inside, and then the dough grows. You know, I find it interesting that this week in Newsweek, there's an article that says that there's less and less Christianity in this country, in the United States of America. And this has caused an uproar among conservative Christians. They say, what do you mean this isn't a Christian nation? This is a Christian nation. You think so? By looking out there, it sure wouldn't appear like it. Christians eat what others eat. They listen to what others listen to. They watch television and movies that everybody else watches. They get divorced on the same level as others. They're filled with greed and accumulating possessions for themselves. They dress like the world. Everything they do is like the world. So how is it that we say that we're a Christian nation when really the United States reflects just the opposite? And people who are unbelievers, they look at us and say, hey, if that's Christianity, I don't want anything to do with Christianity. The fact is that if the churches preach the law of God, the need to have a conversion experience and to have God write his law on our minds and in our hearts, you wouldn't have all of the social problems that we have in the world today.